Hello and welcome to Speaking Football. My name's Tommy Hay and I'm joined here in Madrid by my colleague Ruben Palomero for episode number 108 of this series. Thank you to everyone out there for joining us today. Now, if you're joining us on the radio, welcome. And remember that if you enjoyed listening to Richard Vaughan live over the last hour, you can hear more from Richard after this show on La Hora Extra. So as always, stick around. Now, there are lots of interesting things to talk about on today's programme. In a few minutes, we'll be discussing Gareth Bale's legacy at Real Madrid. And we'll also be looking at some vocabulary related to transfers, including how to say estar en negociaciones and cerrar un acuerdo in English. We'll also be teaching you several meanings of the English phrasal verb to set up. So lots of good vocabulary today. Later, Ruben and I will be challenging each other to see if we can get some very complicated idiomatic expressions in English and in Spanish. And we'll end our show with a conversation about the Champions League final, including the reaction of the press in England and in Spain to Real Madrid's 14th European Cup trophy. First, though, let's begin the programme, as always, by revealing the identity of last week's mystery player. Okay, Ruben, you can kick us off with clue number one.
Clue number one. He played in France, Spain, Italy, and England.
Very good. So he played in France, Spain, Italy, and England. Clue number two. He won the World Cup and he also won the European Championship as well, or the Euros, as we say. So he won the World Cup and the Euros. Clue number three.
He used to kiss Fabien Barthez on the head.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Now, remember, if you want to use the past tense, the imperfect, besaba or solía besar, we would say he used to kiss Fabien Barthez on the head. So besaba habitualmente la cabeza de Barthez. Very iconic image of the national team there. Clue number four, he was the manager of France. So a long international career for France as a player and as a manager. And clue number five, Ruben.
He's 192 centimeters tall.
Very good. He's 192 centimeters tall. Almost as tall as you, Ruben, no? How tall are you?
No, I am around 184, 83. Voy haciéndome más pequeño cada día. Voy menguando.
That's what happens to people. People shrink. People get smaller. But I don't know. My mum says that I'm always growing. But I don't think I am. I think men stop growing when they're 21 years old, and I think women stop when they're 18 years old. They stop growing. But no, this guy, 1.92 meters, very, very tall. Who was our mystery player, Ruben?
Our mystery player was Laurent Blanc.
Very good, exactly. That you pronounce it in Spain. I think it's Laurent Blanc, we would say. Laurent Blanc. You say blank.
Yo digo blanc, es que yo estudio francés en el colegio. Did you know that in the past, if, for example, people were around 50s, they studied French instead of English?
Yep, it's
and
true.
They know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's a generational brecha, generational gap of French pronunciation.
And it's very common to say, oh, you don't speak English very well. No, because yo soy de francés.
Nah, you're soy de francés. I'm a French learner. I'm a French learner. Very good. Did we have many people who guessed Laurent Blanc?
Yes, of course, very much. For example, José R. Armenteros ha vuelto un clásico. CBP. Javier Garmendia nos dice, Karen B. I'm starting and only wrong answers of the mystery players. La conexión del fútbol, Wembley, Atocha, el plantío, dice Laurent Blanc. He didn't play the final in 1998.
No, he didn't.
Manso también acertó. Víctor Alex García, que dice, the mystery player is Laurent Blanc. The third clue is definitely for me. I remember his goal against Paraguay in the last 16th in the World Cup France 98. He has not been a top defense, neither a great trainer, but won a World Cup and Euro Cup. Tony Sánchez también, que dice Laurent Blanc, perhaps. Mauro dice, you are right. Cuando leí de la altura me di cuenta que era Blanc. Sin leer la descripción pensé que era Petit, Emmanuel Petit. Javier Montero también acertó. Y Sebastián, que nos dice, the mystery player is Laurent Blanc. Sadly, remembered here in Paraguay for that golden goal to Chilavert in France 98.
Oh, God.
That took off my team from the World Cup.
Oh, sorry to hear that, but I'm sorry I'm bringing back bad memories from my Paraguayan listeners, for our Paraguayan listeners there. But yeah, somebody said there that Laurent Blanc wasn't a particularly good player or manager. I think I don't really agree with that. I think he was a really good player. I remember when he played for Manchester United, he had a bad start, and then the fans in the end loved him. He was really, really good, and he played at a lot of top teams in Italy and obviously in Spain. And his international career was outstanding, you know. So I think he was good. It's true that as a French manager, he maybe didn't it wasn't a particularly good French team. I think it was around about 2012, the Euro 2012 he was at, and they were okay, but they weren't spectacular.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of player that is good or not depending on the team they are playing. Mm-hmm. For example, I remember when it was playing in Barcelona, and Barcelona those years they are not playing very well, mm-hmm. and this wasn't it wasn't in the starting 11. I don't mm-hmm. remember to play a lot, but obviously when you are in a team, they're not in the best moment. It's not that a player was going to change it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't going to be a decisive player, a game changer, as we said a few weeks
game changer.
Back. Yeah, he wasn't going to be a game changer, but he was a very good, efficient player, and I really liked Laurent Blanc. Jose Ramon says, thank you, Ruben and Tommy. This week's mystery player has been another piece of cake, pan comido. A piece of cake, we say a trozo de tarta. A piece of cake. The given clues have been extremely helpful, so I can now go to the beach with the job done. Jose Ramon's at the beach nowadays today, so he's very happy that he managed to get the mystery player. He says it is, of course, the fantastic French centre-back Laurent Blanc. His nickname was Le Président, the president, El Presidente, in tribute to his leadership skills. He scored the first golden goal in World Cup history against Paraguay. Sorry again, Paraguayan listeners. And Laurent Blanc, kissing the goalkeeper Fabien Barthez, even became the symbol of the French national squad. All the best, amigos. A la Madrid tonight, champion for the 14th time, which we will be talking about later in the program. So thanks to Jose Ramon, thanks to everybody that guessed. Quite a big list of people that guessed the correct answer there. Very, very well done. Now, in the first section of the program of today, we're going to have a look at what's been happening in the world of football in recent days, and that means that it's time for this week's press review. Okay, Ruben, so we have quite a few interesting articles here. The season is more or less finished, so we're now looking at a situation where transfers are going to be in the news. The first one I would like to look at is related to Gareth Bale. It's not a transfer as such, but he is leaving Real Madrid, and the title is Bale's emotional farewell message. My Real Madrid dream became reality, and much more. And the key phrase from today is to bid farewell. To bid farewell. Now, bid. Have you heard this word bid before?
Bid era como hacer una oferta, ¿no?
Yeah, hacer una oferta, licitar por algo. Mm-hmm. Somebody was asking me the other day, I was teaching a student, and how did he say licitamos?
Licitar.
I would say we bid for something. And farewell is, you've probably heard before.
Es como despedirse, ¿no?
Yeah, bid farewell. Yeah, so farewell is adios. So literally it's like pedir adiós, and it just means despedirse, is what we say. So to bid farewell. So Gareth Bale bids farewell to Real Madrid.
Emocionante mensaje de despedida.
It was very sad, you know. I felt very emotional reading his message. What did you think of it? It was quite sad, no?
Yeah, a bit sad, but I suppose that Real Madrid won the Champions League. Is it a good thing for Bale?
Yeah.
Because now everybody's happy. Everybody is happy, and they are saying, okay, Bale, yes, they did a lot of things. They scored in several finals. Oh my God, he's a legend. But they have been talking very well from him the last 4 years.
Yeah, God, I arrived in Spain in 2017. More or less, and Bale has constantly been attacked by the press, you know, and particularly Marca. I think have been absolutely terrible with him, and a lot of the media here, and I think that has that's affected the fans. You know, I think it's turned the fans against him, Ha puesto a los
Ha
aficionados
puesto en su contra a los aficionados.
En su contra. So
To turn against. To turn
against.
against whatever.
That's
UK.
it. Very good. Yeah, girar en contra is what we say
Girar
in
en
English.
contra, sí.
That's it. So I think the press has turned the fans, the Real Madrid fans, against Gareth Bale. And I think I've been quite sad seeing him in the press in the last few years because he doesn't deserve it. As you say, he should be considered to be a legend. You know, he scored goals in Champions League finals. He's won 5 Champions Leagues, I think now. 2014.
5.
And then,
yes,
yeah,
5.
2014,
yes.
then 3 in a row, and then the other day. So an incredible record at a club. And he said in his statement, declaración, he said in his statement that was his objective when he came to the club was to win trophies and to win Champions League specifically because that's what the club is known for. That's what the club is famous for. So you have to say it's been a successful time for him there. And yeah, I'm just a little bit sad seeing Gareth Bale leave. I think it's you lose a character, but nobody can last forever, I'm afraid. So the phrase there is to bid farewell, which is despedirse. He bids farewell, or he has bid farewell to Madrid. Number 2, an interesting one, very related to transfers. It's related to Frenkie de Jong, and the key expression is to be in talks. Estar en charlas. It sounds a bit strange. Estar en charlas.
Estar en conversaciones, decimos nosotros.
Yeah, estar en conversaciones.
Estar en conversaciones.
That's it. Obviously, a talk is una charla, but to be in talks would be to be in a conversation.
So, cuando te están preguntando, oye, ¿cómo vais con esto? Y lo estáis hablando, you can say to be in talks.
To be in talks, exactly.
We are in talks. Don't worry, we are in talks.
Exactly. Fantastic.
I'm going to use it a lot.
You should use it
every day. I'm going to say to be in talks. It's great.
And it's not formal or informal. You can do it in any situation. It can be politics. You know, the two governments are in talks. You know, Russia and Ukraine, for example, you could say they're in talks.
O sea, que cuando Aznar dijo en Georgetown, estamos trabajando en ello, tú puedes decir, we are in talks now.
Yeah, no? Probably. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So it's a classic politician phrase. Yeah, I think it's quite ambiguous. You know, you don't know how much they're talking, but it's enough to say there's contact. So you would say estamos en conversaciones.
Estamos en conversaciones. We are in talks.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, don't worry. We are in talks. We are working on it. We are working on it. You can say we're working on it.
We're working on it. Exactly.
We are working on it. We are in talks. Don't worry.
Exactly. Totally works. Well, that's what the Guardian are reporting. It looks like the Frenkie de Jong is in talks with Manchester United. Possibility of a transfer there. De Jong, according to The Guardian, is not keen to leave. What does that mean? He's not keen to leave.
He's not keen, que no está dispuesto a venir.
Yeah, no le llama la atención. No le mola.
El Manchester
He doesn't
United
fancy it.
Está todavía peor que el Barça.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to go somewhere.
Pero tiene más dinero.
No, it's true. They have more money, and that's obviously a very nice thing. But I think De Jong is happy where he is at Barcelona at the moment. They are in talks, but yeah, The Guardian says De Jong not keen to leave and prefers Champions League club. Remember, Manchester United are not in the Champions League.
That's
again.
True. That's
so
true.
It's again, I say they were knocked out of the Champions League, but they were in last season, but they spent a couple of seasons without qualifying for the Champions League, and they once again are out of the Champions League. They had a very, very bad season this year. So I think Frenkie de Jong is saying, okay, I will have talks with you. I'll have a conversation with you, but I'm not very interested in signing. And I think he said that publicly. Obviously, Paul Pogba has left Manchester United, so they're looking for a replacement. How would you say a replacement? Reemplazo. Exactly. So they're looking for a reemplazo. They're looking for a replacement. Replace is the verb. Reemplazar. The verb, yeah, reemplazar. And replacement is the person. So they're looking for a replacement for Paul Pogba, but I don't know if Frenkie de Jong is the answer because I don't think he's keen on going. Very good. Third expression of the day, we're going to go back. We're going to stay in Spain, and we're going to go to Seville, where Diego Carlos has left. He's left, and the expression today is to seal the deal. Now, I love this expression.
Sellar, me encanta sellar.
Sellar. Now, you've told me that you like this expression.
Yeah, I say yes. When I go out and I'm having beer, I try to go to the bathroom. But the first time I go, I say, I broke the seal.
I broke the seal.
Yeah,
exactly.
because I'm not going to stop in all night.
You have to keep going to the toilet when you
and
break
it's an
the seal.
expression who touched me, Alberto Alonso, in Barcelona when we were there one night, we were working
Having a
there,
few
and
beers.
they go out and say, "Oh my God, guy, I broke the seal." And say, "What are you saying? What are you doing?" I say, no, it's an expression we use when you go to the bathroom first time and you are not going to stop. So we are breaking the seal. Estamos rompiendo el sello. I broke the seal.
God. So the pronunciation is it's like seal. So it's the same as
seal.
seal. It's the same as like foca. So
seal,
really,
yeah. Okay, sorry, I broke the seal.
I broke the seal, exactly. Or the singer that sang the song for Batman in 1997 or whenever it was. Yeah, Seal, it was his name, so
Brooke Seals.
Was that
Brooke Seals?
Not quite. No,
not exactly.
No, that's Shields, escudos.
Shield.
Shields.
Pero yo digo shield. Seal. Shield. No.
I think that's a Spanish pronunciation. It's like I've heard people saying Johnny Depp instead of Johnny Depp as well. Yeah, it's just not correct. So yeah, to break the seal is what we say. You would say romper el sello.
Romper el sello.
There you go. Interesting. Well, that's not the expression.
It's an American expression, I suppose, because Alberto Alonso touched me. Okay, I broke the seal.
Yeah. I use it as well. We use it in Scotland too. But that's not the expression that we have related to Diego Carlos.
No, I suppose not.
We have an expression which is to seal the deal. To seal the deal. So, sellar el acuerdo.
El trato. Sí, sellar el acuerdo.
¿Eso se dice? Can you say that?
Ellos han sellado el acuerdo, sí.
Right, okay.
Se ha cerrado, sí.
It's the same thing. It's fun to say in English because it rhymes. Seal, deal.
The deal,
yeah. Seal the deal. So the title is Aston Villa seal deal for Sevilla defender Diego Carlos. So basically, el Aston Villa cierra el acuerdo o sella el acuerdo.
Sí, Aston Villa pues cierra el acuerdo con el Sevilla por el defensor Diego Carlos.
That's it. Very good. The 29-year-old Brazilian has arrived at Villa Park on a 4-year deal. Now, this is interesting. Remember, in English, if you want to use time as an adjective, it's singular and it goes like any adjective before the noun. So, for example, un viaje de 2 horas is a 2-hour journey. A 2-hour journey or a 2-hour trip, you could say. Un niño de 4 años is a 4-year-old boy. Una niña de 4 años is a 4-year-old girl. He has signed a 4-year deal. What does that mean in Spanish, Rubén?
Pues un trato de 4 años.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So un trato de 4 años, a 4-year deal. He's 29 years old, so that's quite a long deal, for a 29-year-old. After completing a medical and agreeing personal terms. Now, medical, this, it's like una prueba.
Sí, completar el examen médico, ¿no?
Yeah. So you say el examen médico.
Sí.
Right. Okay. So we say to complete a medical or to do a medical. And he's just done his medical.
Es que del medio examen es más sencillo. Complete una médica.
Yeah, to do a medical. It's incredible, isn't it? So just medical, like the adjective, and we use it as a noun. So to do a medical. So Diego Carlos is gone, which is bad news for Sevilla because he's been fantastic the last few seasons. But again, there's more money in the Premier League, so it looks like he's off to Aston Villa.
But it's a great movement for Sevilla because he's 29 years old right now, and they are going to sell in the correct moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you have to see it like that. You have to see it as a good moment to sell a player. But in terms of quality, he's a top player, so it's a little bit sad for them. But good news for Aston Villa, who I think are going to have a fantastic player. The other defender is very physical as well, Tyrone Mings. So I think the two of them at the back is going to be. I wouldn't like to play against them. I think it will be very difficult for strikers next season. And finally, the news that I didn't really want to talk about today, but I have to say it. Scotland won, Ukraine 3. So we lost our game the other day. We lost our playoff the other day, semi-final. I have to say, though, if we were going to lose against a country, I'm happy that it was Ukraine because I think they need some good news at the moment. And I hope that they win against Wales in the playoff final. I really think it would be a nice thing for Ukraine to go to a World Cup. The expression today is to set up. Now, to set up is a phrasal verb, and those of you listening will know that set up means a million things.
Sí, claro, porque en el ordenador tú configuras ese setup.
Exactly. So let's go through it. Configurar, to set up.
To set up.
Montar una empresa.
Okay. To
Un
set up a
negocio.
company, yeah.
Yeah. Or set up a company, set up a business. Montar like muebles, furniture.
Yeah,
When you go
put
to
it
IKEA,
together. I said I put it together.
I put it together. That
You can
works too.
say, yeah, you can
That
say
works
to
too.
set up too. Okay.
Yeah. So you can say to set up, for example, I went to IKEA, I bought a table and I'm setting it up just now. Okay. You could also say I'm putting it together just now, but to set up. What else? Okay, in football, dejar de cara as well. To set up somebody for a shot, for example.
Yeah.
To set somebody up. You can say dar la asistencia as well. You could say that instead of giving an assist, you could say, for example, he set up Vinicius for the goal. You could say that as well. The title here is Ukraine deny Scotland on an emotional night. So deny Scotland basically means they beat us. Okay, they won against us. Ukraine deny Scotland on emotional night to set up playoff final with Wales. So to set up a final. Now that doesn't mean any of these things.
It's like to reach, no?
Good idea. Yeah, I think that's a good translation, to reach the final or to put themselves in a position. It's almost like colocarse, like to put yourself in a final. So to reach, I would say, para llegar a una final. Yeah, I don't know how do you think you would translate that into Spanish, Ruben?
Sí, Ucrania niega a Escocia una noche mágica para alcanzar los playoffs final contra Gales.
That's it. Very good. So they've set up a playoff final with Wales. It just means that they've arrived at a playoff final with Wales. So very good. Good translation as well. I'm obviously very sad about this, but I have to say, I think Scotland was the only country in the world that didn't want Ukraine to win. You know, I think everybody was going with Ukraine. And I'm not Welsh, so I've got no problem with Wales, but I think when it comes to the playoff final against Wales, I think I'll go with Ukraine because I think it would be a nice story for them to get there, and I think they deserve it. And by the way, they're a good team. They really have some talented players, a lot of really good young players, and Zinchenko, I think in the center of the pitch, he plays left back for Manchester City, but in the center of midfield, he was absolutely fantastic against us. So yeah, I think it's a good team, an exciting team, and I wish them lots of luck. Do you have a preference between Wales and Ukraine?
Well, obviously, I prefer Ukraine wins because they are having a bad year.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's going to be a moment to have fun or to distract.
To distract themselves, we would say. To distract themselves. Yeah, exactly. It'll be a moment to distract themselves and a little bit of escapism for them.
Run away.
Yeah, exactly. To run away from this stuff. Exactly. So fantastic. Well, congratulations to Ukraine. Scotland, not good enough, sadly. And that's us out of the World Cup. Okay, lots of good vocabulary there. If you don't remember some of the phrases or if you missed them, remember you can listen to us on our podcast on YouTube or on ebooks, Speaking Football. So look up there and you can take notes from the vocabulary. Now it's once again that time of week where Ruben and I test each other's skill as language learners with a little game that we call Play on Words. Now, Ruben, can you quickly remind us of the concept of this game? What are we doing here?
The idea is to discover new words, not only in English, but also in Spanish.
Yeah.
I am going to be looking for a specific football word. I am going to present to Tommy, and Tommy is going to do the same with British words. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. Just British words. Yeah, that's more or less it. So remember, I'm learning here too. It's not just Ruben. I'm improving my Spanish with this program. So I think before the break we have time to say one expression. And would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
Whatever you want.
Okay, right. I am going to start. I'm going to start with an expression which is a training ground move. Training ground move.
O sea, training es entrenamiento.
Ajá.
¿No?
Yep.
Ground es como el suelo del campo.
El suelo, pero fuera de casa. Dentro de casa, and when you're in the house, it's the floor.
Eso es muy interesante. O sea, En casa es the floor. En la calle es the ground.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. So we have training, entrenamiento, ground, suelo, and move,
Mudarte.
mudarse,
Pero esto puede ser
moverse.
mudarse del campo de entrenamiento.
Exactly.
Sí.
Yeah, well, that's literally what it means, but it's not what it means.
Okay. It wasn't too easy. It went too easy.
So we need to look like more into the sentence. So, for example, training ground. If you put those words together, what is a training ground? A training ground is a noun and it means something.
Sí, bueno, training ground sería el campo de entrenamiento, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. So training ground can be like the ciudad deportiva. That can be the training ground,
claro.
and also the campo as well, the training ground. And a move. What's a move?
A move es moverse, mudarse.
And as a sustantivo?
Vale, pues una mudanza. ¿No?
It is a mudanza, but that's not what it is. That's not what it is.
O sea, puede ser otra cosa.
Sí. Te tendré que dar más pistas. I need to give you more clues. Okay.
A movement, puede ser.
Okay. Ruben's getting there. I'm going to leave it. We're going to go for a quick break at the moment. And I want you to think about what this could possibly mean. And we're going to come back after and I'm going to reveal the meaning of this word. Training ground move. Stick around and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. Now, before the break, I gave Ruben an expression in English, which is a training ground move. And Ruben, you rightly said that move is mudanza. Sí. You're absolutely correct. It's mudanza. But that's not what we're talking about. Training ground, remember? Ciudad deportiva, campo de entrenamiento. It's the same word, the training ground. For example, the training ground of Real Madrid is in Valdebebas. Yes. You can say that. But it's not a mudanza. It's not a mudanza.
No es una mudanza.
No.
Pero es como cambiarse de sitio, ¿no?
No. Well,
no es cambiarse de sitio.
Not really. Well, a move, I'm going to give you a big clue. Okay, a big clue. Move can be jugada. Move can also be play.
Move is a play too.
A move, yeah.
So can you tell me a sentence?
Yep. For example, they scored from a training ground move. They scored from a training ground move.
Puede ser una jugada que se ensayó en los entrenamientos y que luego se ha puesto en práctica y ha sido un éxito.
You're absolutely correct.
Well oh my God!
Exactly. I think you say in Spanish jugada ensayada.
Jugada ensayada. Sí.
Exactly. So a training ground move. Just an idea. It's a play. It's a move that you've practiced on the training ground and you bring it to the real game. Real Madrid had one or two of those the other night. From usually it's from a set piece, from a free kick.
Yes, I usually use set pieces.
Yeah, that's it, from a corner. So that there are many examples of a training ground move, and they almost scored one with Benzema the other day, and it didn't work. They were already winning 1-0, but yeah, training ground moves. When they work, they're fantastic. When they don't work, they look a bit ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, that's it. Jugada ensayada is what we would say.
Wow.
Very good. Training ground move. Okay, Spanish.
Spanish one. The Spanish one we have is testarazo.
Testarazo. Interesting. Testarazo. Now, this word, okay, I'm going to go into I can't think of any words that I have to go with here. Testa in Italian is head.
Bien.
Testa in Italian is head. And I've also heard it in some cases in Spanish being used for head as well. But I've never used it in my life until this moment now. I've never used it in Spanish. So, testarazo. You're going to have to help me out here. Can you give me a sentence?
Yeah, for example, you can say, espera, cabrón en inglés. Vaya testarazo.
Vaya testarazo.
Vaya testarazo.
Okay.
Tú piensas que los azo en España, si te fijas, se utilizan mucho. Es un gol, un golazo.
Yeah, un golazo.
Cuando quieres decir algo, exagerarlo, engrandecerlo, utilizas el sufijo azo.
Azo, exactly. Un golazo, a great goal.
Sí.
Yeah.
Wow, qué tipo tiene Tommy, qué tipazo.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Ruben. You're very complimentary.
Yeah,
very complimentary. Exactly. So, qué tipazo. What a guy. You could also say, for example, what a goal, what a match, vaya partidazo.
Partidazo.
Partidazo, yeah. That's the name of a program here in Spain, actually, El Partidazo,
Yes.
like the great match sort of
Sí.
thing. So, testarazo. Now, it's a type of goal, no? It's a type of goal.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's a type of goal. If I was to give you a player that I think scores these goals,
Yes.
could you tell me yes or no?
Sí.
For example, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Sí.
Did Cristiano Ronaldo score a very famous goal like this against Roma in the Champions League? I don't know if you remember.
No, macho, no me acuerdo.
He scored. I think he scored a very famous testarazo in the Champions League against Roma, and he also scored a famous one against Sampdoria when he was playing for Juventus.
¿Cómo fue ese gol, Tommy? Descríbemelo.
So he jumped into the air,
Uh-huh.
and he used his neck muscles to power a header, a very powerful header, and scored a goal. So it's to score a good goal with your head, is what I think.
Yeah, of course. Your Italian saved you.
La testa.
La testa es la frente o la cabeza de una persona o un animal. Entonces, se llama testa a la cabeza, un testarazo, pues es un golpe con la cabeza fuerte, que normalmente suele ser un gol. Es sorprendente cómo nadie utiliza testa a nivel local en España, pero el término testarazo se sigue utilizando en retransmisiones deportivas.
So that must have been where I've heard it before. I've probably heard it subconsciously in watching football, people saying testa, and me thinking, I don't speak Italian really, but I've studied it in my free time, and it's a word that I remember, testa. In fact, it's in the Italian national anthem as well, the Fratelli d'Italia. It's Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, and then se ginta la testa. That's what they say. So that's probably where I remember it. So yeah, so it's like a powerful header, is what we would say.
Yeah,
a powerful header.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Very good. I like that. I'm going to use that now. Very good. Okay, next word.
Next word.
This is a great one. Okay, the next word in English is British English. I don't know if they say this in America, but we definitely say it in the United Kingdom and in Ireland. Sluggish. Sluggish. S-L-U-G-G-I-S-H. Sluggish.
Okay. So, can you tell me what is an adjective? Is it an adjective?
Yes, it would be an adjective. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a sluggish player? Or no? Or you can say that.
Ooh.
A coach or a gaffer?
No, I wouldn't. It doesn't. So this is a clue. It's not a permanent thing. Usually, it's a temporary thing. It's a temporary thing. It's not a permanent thing. To be sluggish. Okay, that's the verb it goes with.
To be sluggish. To be sluggish es algo que es temporal. Pero podrías decir, can you tell me a moment in which a player or a gaffer were sluggish or to be sluggish?
I could tell you there were 11 players that were very sluggish the other night against Ukraine. Scotland were very sluggish against Ukraine. Yep. You could say that.
This is negative.
It's a negative thing.
They lost.
You guess. So yeah, we lost, and the team was criticised because they were a bit sluggish. S-L-U-G-G-I-S-H. They were a bit sluggish.
So could be the opposite of winners.
Is that your guess?
No, it's only a possibility.
A possibility.
Could be something like this one. So okay, Scotland lost the match, and they were a bit sluggish. So maybe because they no estuvieron a la altura del partido, maybe porque fueran no le echaban muchas ganas, mucha garra, o sea, estuvieron lentos, estuvieron un poco estuvieron indolentes.
You're really getting there. You're very, very close. Let's break it down, and I think you'll get it. What is if you look at the word sluggish, S-L-U-G, what is a slug?
I don't know.
You don't know? It's a type of animal. It's a mollusk.
It's an animal.
Yeah.
What animal is?
Okay, so it's very close to a caracol, which is a snail, And the other one is a
La babosa.
babosa.
Una
A
babosa.
So it's una babosa. It's a
Vale.
slug. SLUG. So if you're sluggish, you said it
Sí,
there.
estás lento, estás con poca energía. Estás indolente.
Espeso, you could say that as
que
well.
se dice mucho, el equipo está indolente. Era como que no se le veía con la energía como para ganarlo.
Yeah. I would say it's the opposite of dynamic. The opposite of dynamic. Yeah. You could say I feel quite sluggish today. It just means that you don't have much energy. You're very slow. You're a little bit, you could say espeso as well. Like sort of this feeling that you're just a little bit groggy almost, like you don't have the energy. You're just very slow and very, I like that word indolente. We have a word in English which is indolent, but but we don't use it too much. It sounds very poetic if you use it, but it does exist
in Spain too. But you can hear it.
Yeah, and maybe in articles, for example.
Or even in a sport transmission.
Yeah,
they can say indolente. El equipo está indolente. Yeah.
Right, okay, very good, excellent. So yeah, I'll give you the point. I would say it's like slow. It's like slow. Well done, excellent, really good job. Yeah, so you say the team was sluggish yesterday, or the team have started the game very sluggishly. You could say that as an adverb, or the team were very sluggish at the beginning of the match, and then they improved. But yeah, to be sluggish is what we would say, like to be espeso, lento, whatever, indolente. I like that. Fantastic. Okay, the next one, the second word in Spanish for me, and we're going to
Argentina. I know you like it. So go to Argentina.
Love Argentina.
Love this word. And the word is cábala.
Cábala. Cábala.
Te voy a decir lo que yo entiendo por cábala en España.
Right.
En España, una cábala es como hacerte una conjetura o una idea sobre algo. ¿Vale?
Right, okay.
No te fíes mucho porque en Argentina, en el mundo del fútbol, cábala significa otra cosa.
Right,
What's the meaning of cábala in the Argentinian football?
So I've heard the word cábala as well, but it's like related to a ceremony, you know, like some kind of tradition or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah. So is it, you know, like we have the word, for example, like there's a parade, which is a cabalgata. I don't know if it's related to that. You know, in Valencia, they have the cabalgata. In Valencia, they have the cabalgata. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking.
Una cabalgata es un conjunto oriental.
A parade. We say a parade. Like in Fallas, for example, in Valencia, they have cabalgatas. They have parades. So this is how I try to guess words. I try to see if there's any similarity. Cabala. It's got nothing to do with cabalgata, does it? Nothing to do. You're going to have to give me a sentence. I've got no idea.
I am going to give you better than a sentence.
Okay.
Quiricocho. Do you know that? I know you know that. Do you know? I know what's quiricocho and who said that? What's the meaning? Quiricocho is a kind of cábala.
Quiricocho is a kind of cábala.
Sí que saben lo que es quiricocho.
Yeah.
You know that.
But no, that's you're gonna have to help me more than that.
Okay. I'll get another clue. Okay. No, but do you remember quiricocho?
Yeah, we were talking about it we talked about it a few months ago. Yeah.
Think about it. Es un tipo de cábala.
No, you need to help me more. I'm gonna insist. I've been very nice to you today.
Okay. Te puedo decir, por ejemplo, le desestabilizó con la cábala.
Right. Okay, that's a bit better. Yeah. That was an Argentinian thing as well, Quiricocho, ¿no?
Sí.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Es una cosa que viene de la época del me he quedado en blanco ahora con el nombre del entrenador del Sevilla de la selección argentina, campeón del mundial del 86.
Yeah, Belardo.
Bilardo,
¿no?
sí,
Bilardo.
De Bilardo, es una cosa de Bilardo.
That's
de
it.
Bilardo.
Yeah, we were talking about Bilardo when he said písalo. Písalo, he said step on him. Yeah, I remember that was months ago. But yeah, the cábala. So he what was the sentence again?
La cábala le desestabilizó.
Okay. So is a type of, would it be it's not a type of play then?
No.
Is it a type of? Is it a style?
No.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm really struggling then.
When I told you what's the meaning, you're going to say, I can't believe it.
It's something obvious, no?
Yeah. In fact, when I told you the clue, I think I told you the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I can't remember now. I'm starting to have doubts. I thought it was a different thing. I'm having doubts now. I've got no idea. I'm really struggling. Can you give me one more clue?
Okay. I am going to tell you what Quiricocho is.
Mm-hmm.
Quiricocho is something that in Argentina, Quiricocho was a guy, and Bilardo en un momento de su vida tenía como ciertas manías.
Mm-hmm.
Y Quiricocho era algo que en teoría agafaba.
Mm-hmm.
De hecho, pasó en un penalti que le tiró Haaland a Bono. Que le cantaron Quiricocho. Es como decirte algo que va a hacer que te pongas nervioso, va a hacer que te va a desestabilizar, va a hacer que te equivoques.
Right. So is it like an insult almost? An insult, or like to try and put somebody off, to try and distract somebody?
Yeah.
But I don't know what that is. Is a type of, I don't know, an insult?
No, it's exactly what I told you. Ya te lo he dicho.
You've just told me, all right? So that's not what I remember Quiricocho being.
Mira, claro, es que no lo recuerdas, que Quiricocho era lo que le cantaban a los porteros al que iba a tirar el penalti antes de tirar. Le decían, Quiricocho, para que el gafe le entrara. Es una especie de gafe.
That's not what I remember. Okay, I didn't know what that was.
Claro, es que pero una vez hablamos sobre ello, pensaba que te acordabas de ello y dije, va, con esto lo vas a sacar. Quiricocho, entonces te decían Quiricocho y tú te ponías nervioso. De hecho, una cábala es un dicho o un conjunto de dichos que una persona repite regularmente con la creencia de que trae buena suerte. Buena o mala suerte. Y además en Argentina es como un grito de guerra que se emplea para burlarse del rival en cualquier deporte. Y Quiricocho es un tipo de cábala. Es decirle al que va a tirar el penalti, Quiricocho, o que te acerques y te presines 3 veces, toques el campo y entres con el pie derecho. Son cábalas. Todos son cábalas.
Okay, so they're like little traditions. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'd heard of before. It's like a tradition. I'd heard that word before, but as a tradition, but I thought more like a ceremony type thing. Right, okay, so it's a ritual, basically.
Exactly,
it's a ritual. It's a ritual.
For example, the story of Quiricocho is very famous because Bilardo, a ratos también algo de Guasakai, que le traía buena suerte, y que cuando venía al campo perdía, ¿no? Right. Y no está Quiricocho, viene Quiricocho, y eso, pues, conjunto de supersticiones que se han ido creando. Y ahora en los penaltis, cuando va a tirar un penalti, le dicen Quiricocho, como diciendo, te quiero trasladar el gafe.
That's horrible. See, the reason I don't know is because Scottish people don't play like that. We play very fair. We don't try to distract the strikers. No. We respect the opposition. We respect the opponent. That's horrible. Okay, I respect Argentina's football culture. It's different to ours. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so I would say it's a ritual. It's a ritual, yeah, that's it. Okay, a ritual. Very good. Very good. Excellent. I've learned a new word. Really, really good. Excellent. Okay, well, 2-1 to Ruben. Congratulations, you've won.
Because you forgot the meaning of Quiricocho.
Because
I thought you were going to know the answer.
If you forget the meaning of Quiricocho, you don't deserve to win. That's absolutely correct. Okay, well done, Ruben. Now, seeing as last weekend was the final of the Champions League, Ruben and I are going to spend the rest of the show giving our thoughts on Saturday's match. So, obviously, incredible win for Real Madrid. Again, the 14th title. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Did Madrid deserve to win, in your opinion? It's a very, very big question.
It depends how you want to see it. Okay, I think Real Madrid wasn't the best team in all the eliminatories. But
yeah, and all the knockout games.
All knockout games. But it's very difficult to beat them when you are not being the best.
Yeah.
And I think it's very valuable. It's very difficult to do it.
Yep.
And I think you have to value that, because maybe Real Madrid is not the best team because in the last year, Real Madrid didn't sign players.
Yep.
Obviously, they sign players, they are playing in other teams. They are playing in PSG, they are playing in Manchester City, they are playing in Manchester United even, they are playing in Bayern Munich, and they won the cup.
Yeah. It's incredible, yeah.
And obviously, they are not being they don't have the best team. And if you see the knockout eliminatories, I saw all of them. Real Madrid wasn't the best in neither.
And none of them, none of the games.
But they won.
It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's true. Like, I think they were the best in maybe parts of some games. Like, I thought against Chelsea, for example, they were really, really good. I thought for big parts of the Paris Saint-Germain game at home, they were good.
Yeah.
Away from home, they were really not very good against Paris Saint-Germain.
Not Manchester City neither.
Manchester City, they weren't great either, but you know, they still scored goals away from home. They kept the games alive. You know, they kept the momentum going, and they always had a chance in the second leg of each knockout game. And in the final, it was incredible to see. Like, I sent you a picture earlier. If you compare the two teams, it's absolutely incredible. So the Liverpool had 24 tiros. How would you say tiros in English? Shots, well done, exactly. So to shoot is tirar, disparar, chutar, but a tiro is a shot. So they had 24 shots. Real Madrid had 4, which is unbelievable. Liverpool had 9 tiros a puerta. So we say tiros a diana in English. Shots on target is what we would say. Shots on target. So Liverpool had 9 shots on target. Real Madrid had 2 and obviously scored 1. Possession, Liverpool were superior. Passes, Liverpool were superior. Pass accuracy, the acierto en los pases, pass accuracy were superior.
Yeah, and the Real Madrid goal is a bad shot from Valverde.
Yeah,
it's not a pass.
No. Yeah, it's like a cross shot. You know,
that's the reason why the football is wonderful.
Yeah,
because in another sport it's impossible to win if you are not the best.
Yeah,
at least you have to be a similar level. But in football, everything is possible.
It is. Absolutely, everything's possible. Like, even games where one team completely dominates, and like Scotland the other night could have won. Like, we had chances, but we were Madrid. Ukraine were much better than we were, but we could have easily won. You know, so it was similar. Liverpool could have easily won the game, and in the end, Real Madrid did. Who were the key players in the match in your opinion? I can think of one or two. Courtois. Yeah.
It's incredible because I remember 3 good saves.
Yeah.
Very good. The Salah's one. Wow. Yeah. And I think Real Madrid is that they are a very, very good goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Very good striker. Benzema is in the best moment of his career.
Yep.
And then you have a Vinicius, maybe he can dribble you or what. Well, it's a player who is growing up. We don't know where it's going.
He is, yeah.
And then, you have a veteran midfielder.
Veteran midfielders, yeah. You see 3 veteran midfielders, no?
Yeah, Alaba Militao in defense, not too bad. But obviously, they did something very difficult, is to win when you are not the best. And not all the team can do that. Exactly. And they did 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I know. And that's not, obviously you need some luck to win, but it can't be 100% luck. There's obviously something special there that allows them to win. You mentioned that the midfield. I read an article in, I think it was The Guardian, 1 or 2 days after the final, and they were. I was talking to my dad about it. It was a very good article. I'll try to find it and put it on my Twitter. It was basically talking about the quality of Madrid's midfield and how the midfield, Liverpool's midfield, has always been their Achilles heel. What's an Achilles heel?
I don't know. Achilles heel.
So if we say a heel is a talón, and Achilles.
Talón de Achilles.
Talón de Achilles. Yeah, that's it. So talón de Achilles. Yeah. So Liverpool's Achilles heel is their midfield. Their defense is incredible. From left to right is wonderful. The goalkeeper's very good. The strikers are the best in the world, I think. But the midfield's a little bit of a punto débil, a weak point. And I think Modric and Kroos and Casemiro were very, very effective against them. So,
and tell me, what do you think about that the Spanish press are saying now to the 15th?
It's incredible, isn't it? So we shared an article on our Twitter page the other day. which was with it was the English press reacting to the Spanish press. So the a por la, what would it be? The decimoquinta, no? Yeah,
Sí, decimoquinta.
yeah. That's it. For the 15th, like, let's go for the 15th, it would be in English. Absolutely incredible. And the English press could not believe that they're already, ya están hablando. They're already talking about the 15th after having just won the 14th. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest. I think
but it's very common in Spain, and it's common if you speak with the people about football when they are the Caps of Real Madrid. They're talking about the number.
Yeah.
En vez de decir en la Copa de Europa en la séptima, en la octava.
Yeah.
Very common.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, we are talking about different cups from the 6 first when they were Copa de Europa and
the European Cup.
They are different.
Yeah. Oh, they're different formats. I mean, but like, it was still difficult. You had to play the champions of every country and things like that. It really was a Champions League back in those days. Like when Celtic won, I had a conversation with a few Rangers fans before the UEFA the Europa League final, and some of them were saying, oh, well, when Celtic won the European Cup, it wasn't the same. They were playing teams like Dukla Prague and all that. Yeah, but Dukla Prague were the champions of Czechoslovakia. They're nothing now, but they were the champions of their country. So it was still difficult. But you're correct; it was a different format for the first 6 or so. But it's just an incredible achievement in the last decade. They've won. They had won 4, 2014, and then 3 in a row, and then to win another one in this decade. It's been an amazing 10 years for them. It's just been fantastic for them. So really, really good. I think they deserved it, although the statistics tell another story. I think that Real Madrid deserves to get something out of the game. But yeah, I do think it's ridiculous that the press are already talking about the fact that the 15th is next year. So before the show, we were saying, how would you say la prensa inglesa está flipando con nosotros?
The English press is freaking out with us.
They're freaking out with us. They can't believe us. You'd probably say the English press can't believe us. Yeah. What time of you want to say estoy flipando en colores, for example, here in Spain, we would say, I can't believe it. It's just not possible. So they can't believe us, basically, our attitude. But that's the way it is. It's another cultural difference, and that extends to football. Very, very good. Well, we don't have too much time left. So just in the last few minutes, we'll end the show, as always, by giving you the clues for next week's mystery player. Okay, Ruben, clue number 1, please.
He played for 32 different teams.
That is unbelievable. 32 different teams. He must have been staying. He must have stayed in hotels in every team. There's no way.
Es una barbaridad. Juegas al fútbol, imagínate, 15 años. Es como jugar en 2 equipos cada año, más de 2 equipos al año.
There's an Irish player called Killian Sheridan, who is still playing just now, but he must have played for about 20 different teams at the moment, and he's still quite young. So I wonder if he'll reach this number. But yeah, this player played for 32 different teams. So a journeyman, as we say.
Yeah.
A journeyman in English. Number 2, in Spain, he played for Real Sociedad and Deportivo La Coruña. So he played for Real Sociedad and Deportivo in this country. Number 3, Ruben.
His nickname is Crazy.
Yes. Crazy, El Loco.
El Loco.
El Loco. So it's not Bielsa. It's another Loco. It's another crazy guy.
Yeah.
So we would say that the crazy one, if it's El Loco. So his nickname is the crazy one. Number 4, this is a good clue. He popularized the use of Panenka penalties. So he popularized the use of Panenka penalties. Obviously, Panenka started it. That's why it's called a Panenka. But this guy really popularized it, and he scored a number of notable, famous Panenkas. So he popularized the use of Panenka penalties. And clue number 5, Ruben.
He's in the top 5 goal scorers in the history of Uruguay.
Very good, exactly. He's in the top 5 goal scorers in the history of Uruguay. Top 5 máximos goleadores de Uruguay. Top 5 goal scorers in the history of Uruguay. Very, very good. Okay, well, if you think you know the answer, you can write to us on Twitter. It's speak_football_, and you can let us know who you think the mystery player is. Thanks to those of you who joined us today. And if you're listening on Von Radio, remember, stick around with us here for La Hora Extra, which is on directly after this show with Richard Vaughan. So that starts in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us as always, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.